What? Who cares? Yeah, go back.
That is the best segment of the day.
As a new breed of criminal.
Sometimes I forget how good you are at this.
How good I am? What did I do?
Bring the floor again. I am doing everything
it's
to
so
avoid
much
looking at
fun.
this. Hey everybody, welcome back to Nothing Yet Live. I am Budgie Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
And you know what that means. That music. Mm-hmm.
We are at our favorite part of the day.
Where's the beef?
The Florida Man tales. So we have an appetizer.
Oh gosh, this guy is
Just
such a
sit
gem.
back.
I just looked at the picture and okay.
Well, unfortunately, we can't share the picture with you, but
This man is
suffice to say, the guy has tattoos all over
tribal
his face.
tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he looks savage.
He looks menacing.
I hate
Wait till you hear what he did. Okay.
You want to read that? You want me to read it?
You read it.
This is the first time I've read it. Florida man climbs atop playground equipment at Clearwater Park, tells kids where babies come from. God damn.
You let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, sorry. Was I supposed to?
No, he did.
No,
the parents are like, shit.
He's like, spoiler alert. Well, at least he didn't do that. He didn't take a shit. Here's where poop comes from.
Oh, wait till the next story.
So did he show them? Did he actually like give them a demonstration?
You know what? I don't think so. A Florida man climbed.
He said, "I'm king of the world."
A Florida man.
I stuck this in your mom, and you came out.
And you came out. And you came out. And you came out. A Florida man climbed atop a piece of equipment at Clearwater Beach Playground Sunday and yelled at a bunch of children in the area.
Florida man can climb, by the way.
Yeah, they can climb.
Right up there with bears.
Well, it's, you know, how they escape the gators. And when the gator turns on them. His message, where babies come from. Police took Otis Dwayne Ryan, of course, three names. Otis Dwayne Ryan.
The young man of 30 into custody on a charge of disorderly conduct. The incident occurred around 3 p.m. Sunday at the park in the area of Pier 60. Now, I don't know where that is, but I assume there's a lot of piers. There's a lot of piers in Florida. A pier in Florida.
Officers said Ryan at first was approaching tourists and making inappropriate comments to women.
Hey, baby, you want to help me show these kids how to make babies?
Well, he was doing it in an effort to get their male partners to confront him. So he wanted to get in a fight.
Okay, all right, he's spoiling.
But that didn't work. So he decided to, inject a little more tension, up the ante a little bit. So
he has a good name, though. I got to go. Dwayne Ryan.
It's Dwayne.
Dwayne Ryan is a man on a mission.
Well, yeah, to raise the stakes and get somebody to try to kick his ass. Officers said Ryan. Okay, we just read that.
He's an educator. He's a man of the people.
He just wants to educate the children.
Wants to educate
because I hear in Florida, there's a lot of stuff you can't say around kids anymore. You're not allowed to say.
Well, thank God he was just talking about how babies come from and not gay sex. That would have been way over the top.
Well, we know he didn't talk about gay sex because that's not where babies come from. Okay. I watched Ryan walk over to the busy playground area and climb to the top of one of the children's toys that was being occupied by children between the ages of 4 and 6. So here we go. An officer wrote in an arrest report. He then started.
Hey, kids, the children gather around. Got something to tell you? I'm going to tell you about the birds and the bees.
And the Yankees can't. There ain't no Yankee who can tell a tale like a Southern gentleman. He then started shouting.
Now this is a penis.
He whipped out his tattooed penis. Now this isn't necessarily representative.
That's a tattooed penis. You got that.
He then started shouting from the top, telling the children that babies come out of women and used a vulgar term in doing so. I'm guessing he did not say tallywhacker.
I'm guessing he said pussy. Say it for me.
Pussy.
No, say it.
What? I just said it.
I gotta say it like
pussy.
British.
Pussy.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
I got that.
You got a boner
Clip
now.
that airdrop.
Okay. Jizz in my pants. At that time, parents were rushing to the area to remove the children. It makes me think of Jaws, that scene in Jaws when the blood goes spraying up in the air because that guy got his leg bitten off, and everybody's screaming and running out there and grabbing their kids.
He's got a dick in his kids scatter like there's a fucking shark in the water.
No, the kids are like, the parents are like grabbing them. That's what happened in Jaws. The kids are like standing there looking dumb, and the parents are running out there grabbing their kids. That's what it makes me think of. At that time, parents were rushing to the area to remove their children, the officer wrote. Police noted that Ryan has caused a number of disturbances in the area recently.
He has a record number of tasers. Tasing. He's gone over the record for tasers this month.
Many electrodes have had to be withdrawn from his urethra, causing hundreds of dollars in broken equipment at the
He's
police
setting
department.
records in his record. Show a number of arrests over the last year on charges of disorderly conduct, battery, and carrying a concealed weapon. Okay, what define concealed weapon? His penis?
I knew that's where you were going.
Yeah.
Probably his mouth.
He was,
Because in Florida,
okay,
it's molesting children to talk about
right,
sex.
everybody, look, thought experiment. Not really. Guess, how much was this man fined? How much? Give him a minute. What do you think?
Well, I
is a
saw
reasonable
the I saw the amount,
We both did.
and I just want to say that I think for Florida, that's probably a lot of money.
Okay. Or certainly this dude.
Yeah.
The answer is $118. Not his record fine, not his fine. That's rookie numbers.
Well, in this case, he wasn't hurting anybody. He was just spreading some information, maybe not using the best terminology, you know, little racy language there around the.
He's on a payment plan that should end sometime in his mid-50s.
How old is? Oh, he's like 30.
Anyway, all right. The most pathetic guy with the coolest name, Dwayne Ryan.
Dwayne.
Dwayne Ryan. Dwayne the
Oh,
Ryan.
go back. I want. He had a middle name too.
No,
Otis
Otis.
Dwayne
Dwayne.
Ryan.
He's not just any Wayne. He's Dwayne.
It's like all three of his names are first names too.
Let's go. I like
Yeah.
it. Hey. Okay. What next?
Anyway, he's applied to be a teacher
Oh,
in the Florida school district. We'll see how that works out for
Nope.
him. He's got experience.
I just read the fucking headline.
What a twist!
Now,
So I shared this.
y'all, I saw one, like, so she pulled it up and I went, and I saw one word. And I wouldn't leave this out of that. We're leaving that word out, right? When you think about things that you throw through a window, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? You thinking about what? Like
I used
you're
to
gonna
throw-
throw something through a window.
When
What do you
I
throw?
not through a window, but out the window when I was in college, I would steal blocks of tofu and scoops of mashed potatoes, bring them up to my dorm room, and throw them off
At the
fifth.
blind kids,
No,
they never.
that wouldn't have been fun for me. What was fun was throwing it down out of a 5-story window and just hearing the. And when you have like a perfect scoop of mashed potatoes, it just splats so beautifully symmetrically.
She's like, "Fuck those starving kids in China."
Well, it was barely food anyway.
That's right. China didn't exist either. So,
Yeah, that's right.
when you think about butter churns, no, he didn't throw a butter churn. Now let's go through your classics, right? Rock,
Throw a rock out a
brick,
window.
right?
A child.
Well, it's this Florida, man. So it quite possibly could be.
Well, there is that saying, throw the baby out with
So
the bathwater.
you got to
I mean, there
add
are
the
people throwing
modifier, right?
babies.
So now normal people throw
Cats,
things. Well,
they'll
know
land
it's a
on their feet,
cat-
right?
Yeah, but they're
What do
not.
you mean?
I mean, they're not very like. They would just bounce off the window. I feel.
Or an office chair.
An office chair would be good, but where would you get an office chair if you're? If you're there, like I
Well,
guess.
like if you're on a 5-story building, I mean, you could have thrown it out the window like they did the potatoes.
Okay.
Um,
We're assuming the perpetrator is inside the building.
Oh, right. Okay. But if you're throwing
I
it
don't
through
know.
a window, you have to be inside the building to.
No, you could throw something from the outside.
Oh,
in
throw it
someone.
into. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you could throw rocks. You could throw.
Small children have used. But try to think of things other than soft things.
You could slingshot stuff too, but that's not throwing.
Well, let's just say he finished. Go ahead. All I've read is the fucking headline. And
Okay, so
I don't
want to
know why
say
this.
I want to say first of all that I sent it. I was cracking up when I found this story, and I cannot believe my brother and I are related because I sent this to him, and I'll read the text exchange. Oh, you got to hear this. Yeah.
While you're taking a
Okay,
what
I
this
said
motherfucker threw
I
through a
said
window.
on our podcast, we usually conclude with a Florida Man segment. This one is especially funny. And he wrote back, I don't know, just seems kind of sad to me.
So,
And I said, because he looks sad? Because he looks really
It does
sad
look
in
really
this
sad.
picture.
It does.
And he says, didn't think about that, but yeah, I guess that weighs into it.
Could have been a coworker.
But because he acted so stupidly,
He-
it's like, that's what's funny, damn it. How are we related?
All right, there was no meth gators involved, so we got to dial it back. So somewhere between a rock and a meth gator
Mhm.
is what was thrown through the window. Right?
And
I'm trying to figure out what this man was upset with. I mean, possibly a lack of what he needed in the moment. I don't know. Anyway, you ready to do this?
Maybe
The
he.
suspense is killing us.
Oh, here's a hint.
I am dying to fucking know what's in the rest of this
Maybe
story.
he had just watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Ooh.
Oh no, that wasn't a toilet though. Oh, I
See,
said it.
go.
That was a
read
sink.
It, read it.
Okay. Florida man who threw toilet through window in East St. Louis found with second
crap.
crapper.
So look, I'm
He
like,
collects toilets.
okay, yeah, I'm like,
And throws them.
I'm dying to know. So when I read this headline, I'm just like, I'm dying to know. Where is he in a toilet warehouse? Is he in a plumbing supply store?
Okay, so
go ahead.
is there a St.
I
Louis
love this.
toilet chucker?
Alleged toilet.
Okay, so I think this happened in St. Louis, Missouri, but he was from
From
Florida. So,
Doesn't
he,
matter.
so
Florida
he's
man.
got the Florida.
Florida man taking it worldwide. So.
Yeah. Florida man
Hey, we should find a Florida man.
ripping out a toilet and taking it
International.
on the road.
We'll go Florida man international.
Or Florida man on the road. Florida
Well-
man travels.
So this motherfucker is at the East St. Louis School Board headquarters. Police were called to the scene on February 15th, where officers were told that a man carried the commode up to the building and launched it through the front glass. So he did throw it in from the outside.
Yeah, he went inside. No, he went inside and he ran up there and threw it out the window.
Launched it through the front. Wait, no, he walked up to. He just.
Oh,
in
he
the
walked
third-
up to the building.
I'm dying, like what was in? What did this building sell? What was going on?
I think it was the school. It said it was
Oh,
the school
I'm
board
sorry. Yeah,
headquarters.
sorry, I got
It's
lost
like,
there. I got stuck in
these
my
are
own-
government employees. Why are you fucking with government employees? They
Uh,
don't make any money. Okay. Officers later found 36-year-old Dave Tolliver about a block away
with a shit-eating grin on his face.
at the corner of 11th Street and Cleveland Avenue. They're pretty sure they have the right guy. He was sitting on a second toilet.
He had backup plan.
He needed to sit down while he ran.
He had a backup plan.
What's so funny is he threw the toilet, sprinted away, and he obviously had one hidden away.
He's like, "Don't come near me! I gotta fucking throw this toilet at you." God damn.
Oh my god!
Now keep in mind, this other guy was fucking on top of a playground yard. He got $118. Fine.
I know, and
Fine.
this guy.
This
Okay,
guy.
so there's destruction of property.
This is
here.
gonna teach. This is gonna show you.
I'm sorry.
But that
I'm
has
just,
nothing to do with that. What he was charged with, how it is a class 3 felony, and his bond is $10,000. The other guy was fucking talking,
118.
bucks.
Well, that was his fine.
and he was in Florida.
Yeah.
And Florida man, once you go free range throughout the rest of the country, They're just like, dude,
They're not gonna. You're always going to be a Florida
they're
man.
reading the same fucking news we are.
That's what's so funny. It's like they didn't need to mention where he was from.
Mhm.
It's almost like
Some dude-
Missouri was saying, "This ain't our kind of people." That dude's from Florida. Leave us out of this.
You're from Florida, Missouri. You're progressive. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you're a fucking hippie. Get the fuck out.
They're
Take
probably
your
just
damn
like
commode with you.
they probably bond is 10 grand, right? In a class 3 felony. It's like, which way does it go? If it goes class 4, 5, and 6, is that like attempted fucking murder and shit or manslaughter?
I don't know how high up
He's
it
got to be
goes.
close. Well, I mean, either if it goes 3 to 1, that means like the next one is like serious felony, like attempted murder.
Well,
manslaughter, shit
keep
like
in
that.
mind this is Missouri and he's
Yeah.
a black man.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Ooh,
it's probably
oh, that's what? Didn't even think about that.
yeah.
His
So
color of his
I mean
skin
the
never came
other
into
the
mind.
Florida man was black too, but it was on the coast of Florida, and I'm assuming, you know, they've got so many greased up, crack infested, naked
Damn. Why don't you tell us how you really feel about
alligator
Missouri?
tossers. No, I'm
Florida,
talking about
up Florida.
Florida.
Talking about
You know,
Florida.
there's just some guy screaming about the birds and the bees.
Talking
is,
about
you know,
Florida, son.
It's kind of low. It's funny as hell, but it's kind of low on the.
It just seems
food
like they
chain.
would have just, you know what? The only thing I could think of is that he was doing it in a black neighborhood, and all the people at the playground were ethnic. Or I bet that's what it was.
You mean that's
If
why?
it was like, if
that's
that
why he
took-
got off
If
easy.
that,
Yeah, if he did that with a bunch of white kids, yeah,
been shot right up, and be like, get him off there. Okay, pow.
yep, he's coming right for us.
Right for us. He's gonna jump.
Let's kill him before he jumps in front of all these children. Let's shoot him in front of all these children.
Cop assisted suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what happens, kids. When you-
So I have so many questions and they just don't answer. It's like, where did he get the toilets? What was his motive? Were they?
get nothing.
I know. I don't get anything. I don't get any information. Did he steal the toilets? Maybe that's part of the problem. Were they hot
What
toilets?
was, I know. What
Were they black market toilets?
what the hell was his beef with the school? Like,
And what was his thing with crappers? It's like he threw one. I mean, obviously, one of them was disposable.
you know what? I bet if we look deeper into this, I bet this guy is a janitor of some kind. And he's like, they're totally treating him like shit. And so he took a couple of toys. I don't know. Let's have to dig deep into that. Oh, your own personal Sherlock Holmes, the J-Type.
That is very astute.
I am pretty good at this stuff. I get lucky.
That is very astute. And now it's not as funny. Now it's sad.
That's probably why you're. I don't know. Maybe that's why your brother was. But whatever. No, I
I'm
just.
thinking the poor guy's a janitor and he's fighting back. He's fighting against the man.
And your brother has no sense of humor, according to you.
No, he actually does. He's actually funny as hell, but I don't know, something about this guy. Those
You heard it
sad
here.
eyes.
You heard it here first. KROT.
See, I actually
Miss Parker's brother is humorless.
I respect this guy.
He's dead inside. He's a cold husk of a man.
I think that this guy is clever. I
think he made a point.
He made a point. He's creative. He got some attention,
Yeah.
and he successfully hauled 2 crappers from somewhere. I mean,
Sorry.
I mean, I
I'm a
wish they
child.
would tell me where they came from. Were they stolen? Were they purchased? Were you know?
Well,
did
again,
he-
like they just said, they don't. They just said Florida man.
did they?
That's it.
They just figured
No,
that's an explanation.
Yeah,
enough.
you need no need for backstory. It's Florida man. Oh,
Enough
okay.
said.
That's
Florida
fine.
man.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Hey, at least he doesn't have 3 names. You know what? Maybe that's what happens when Florida man leaves Florida. They lose the power of the 3rd name.
But he had a lot of. He must have. You know, he ripped those toilets from somewhere. I just have a feeling that there was some aggro, and he just like
No, you know what?
ripped
A lot
those
of times,
toilets out.
no, a lot of times people will doing construction or whatever, Oftentimes people will put their toilet. That's fine. It's just they're going to replace it with a newer one.
Yes, because they're putting in
They'll just put
flooring.
it out on the fucking street, and
Oh.
you can go and get it. That's how you end up with redneck planters
They actually plant stuff in the
in the toilet
toilet bowl.
sometimes. But also, I mean, it's like, hey, you're just
Hey, free toilet.
free toilet. They're expensive, and if it works, if it don't broke, if it don't broke,
you
ain't
know, a
fix it.
toilet
Did I
that's
just say
not-
if it don't broke, it ain't fix it?
Well, I'm sure the first toilet he threw through the window is broken. They're usually made of porcelain, and that doesn't drop easy.
No. Also, the
Must have
sharp,
been
the sharp.
strong.
Nah, they're not that heavy. They're mostly air.
Yeah, it's because after they've been used.
Plus, there's no. Look, we got no details. I mean, were the tanks still attached to them? Because if you really wanted to make a point, you could have taken the tank off the bowl, thrown the bowl, and thrown the tank.
Yeah,
Could've
throw the
got-
lid of the tank,
Yeah,
and then throw the tank, and then throw the bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you take it apart, it's not that heavy.
And then you can take the seats and hold on to them, and then when they
Throw
come
'em like
after you,
ninjas.
yeah, throw them like ninja
those,
stars.
like those soupy rings,
Yeah, yeah,
like your dream decapitator.
yeah.
weapon.
You know, if there are any Florida men watching, I predict there's going to be somebody getting decapitated by a toilet seat
Look at
sometime
this.
in the next
We haven't done this for a
2
while.
weeks. Done what?
The lesson.
Oh,
We haven't done this for a
yes.
while, but I was just thinking because I'm always thinking, and for Friday, I thought maybe I'd start doing this again. Little rants. But the lesson, look, it used to be like back in the day, it was like the powerful had to appear to be pious
Mhm.
because they couldn't be like flaunting their wealth and shit like that. I'm
Mhm.
talking about you, church, especially Catholic Church, right? They
Mhm.
had this like, they were powerful, but they were like, oh, look, I'm pious. I'm this pious man. But they were wealthy as shit, right? So what happens? Fast forward to the future, the wealthy make it's like cool to be wealthy. They make it popular to be wealthy. And that if you're not wealthy, God must not love you.
Well,
That's what they're
it's-
telling us.
It's
so
not
instead,
just it's not just cool. It's virtuous.
but they're ungodly as fuck. And they
Yeah.
say they are, right? Atheists and shit like that. And they're rich as fuck.
But you're handed virtue.
Right.
But
I mean,
virtue is applied to you if
okay,
you're rich.
but I mean, it's just so the culture now is that being rich is cool. And if you believe in God, that if you're not wealthy, it's because God doesn't love you or some shit like that, right?
Mhm.
So
God's not blessing you.
look at this. There are men out there, fucking some individuals even, that can launch fucking satellites and men into fucking space, right? They can gather armies, and yet they still do no good. They still try, and they just don't. They don't like. We're just like they could do so much, and they fucking do nothing. Right? You can raise an army, but do no good. So eat a bag of dicks. I'm fucking sick of this shit. Things have to change. Like, man, like how, like, what if we mobilized an army of people to help people that I mean, imagine that, right? John Lennon.
What do you think it's a I'm
But we've been tricked. I mean, they don't have to be godly anymore. It used to be like, well, he believes in God and he's a pious man, but he lives in a castle, right? And they were fooled into thinking this God thing. Well, now they're just like, whatever. People don't believe in God. The God is the money. So these people that are so wealthy are just like, well, now I don't even have to believe in God, and I'm the richest man in the world, which makes me the smartest, best, greatest, closest to God, right? The wealthiest man is the closest to God.
Do you think that rich people who are okay, let's just throw Elon Musk under the bus right now. Do you think that someone like
Tesla.
him was born to be such a way that
No.
he was ruthless enough to get where he is, and he's just expressing that ruthlessness.
Luck
by,
is when preparation meets opportunity.
Okay,
Yeah. He
okay,
was a smart fucking guy who was in the right place. At the
okay,
right time.
but do you think that he was a selfish, uncharitable douchebag from the beginning, or do you think the
He's not ch-
culture and
he's-
making him and being rich made him that way?
Dude, you got $240 billion. You're not being charitable enough.
Okay, so you think he that's just who he is.
I don't really give a fuck. I don't know the man. Although I know that they just launched one of his rockets into space today. So with 3 dudes in it. And the guy like said I don't know, prayer. Anyway. But yeah, you
Well,
guys,
I do wonder about that. I wonder if being that rich just corrupts the shit out of you and all your ideals go out the window.
Yeah.
Or maybe you never had them.
No, I mean, we'll see. The future remains unwritten.
I mean,
But-
and Bezos
But
and
again, look, you can launch satellites and man into orbit, and you can raise an army, but you still choose to like what? Just stand by and watch the rest of us fucking flounder, eat a bag of dicks. I don't care. Anyway,
or
hey,
you just don't look. You
on a
pretend
Saturday
it's not
night,
happening.
fucking Friday. I didn't want to leave on a down note. Damn it.
Well, this guy who threw the toilet through the window.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, it makes me happy. And he was fighting against the man. That's
Hey,
how
let those of us without sin cast the first stone.
or
And-
toilet.
And if you got to make a point, throw a toilet through a window.
Mhm.
Guess I don't know. Caro T and Noe endorses what I just said. On that note, I don't know. You go first.
And if
I
you
am-
don't know,
You just did it because you knew he was going to talk over me. I am your Miss Parker.
I'm the very happy Jay Talley. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Check out our sponsors and
Yeah, and we'll see you Monday. Wah!
well, I know.
now you know.